Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 147 of Adventures and Mousecapades.
This week, I want to share one of the coolest, Disneyest little trivia facts ever. Now, you probably need to be a modern musician to understand this, but Walt Disney, yeah, that guy, Walt Disney, invented the click track.
Yes.
We learned this on a brand new podcast we just found called Disney, A Recorded History from Randy Thornton, who's with the Disney Music Group. And on the first episode, it completely blew my brain.
Yeah. I listened to that this morning when the day we were recording and got to the end of that and my jaw just dropped. And I sent the link to Nathan. I'm like, okay, you need to listen to this today. So.
Yeah. It is such an amazing podcast. It is a bunch of old recordings of Walt, of the Sherman Brothers, of lots of folks in the moment, kind of just telling stories. It is absolutely amazing. And then talking about the music and, you know, the audio recordings and everything else of Snow White, of this case, Steamboat Willie. He had this idea of how to line up the band with the animation, and like these people who have done lots of movies and you know, synced up sound before were like, no, I can just do it, blah, 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 blah. And it didn't work. And Walt invented the click track, and holy cow. So a click track is a little thing in your ears, or potentially, in this case, a flash on the screen or a little something on the screen that is giving you the tempo, is giving you the beat. So a beep, beep, beep,
Metronome.
beep, beep, yeah, beep, beep,
Metronome.
beep, beep. Yeah, it's a metronome that obviously you don't want to be recorded, but it is something that the musicians can hear or see. And holy cow, Walt Disney invented the click track. Mind blown. Yeah, there was a couple expletives that fell out of my face when I heard that, because that was just insane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We're not actually talking about that today, although we did give a nice little summary of it there.
Yeah.
Well, this week we're actually talking about my most recent Disneyland trip, where Sterling and I got to go to Disneyland and attend the Oogie Boogie Bash.
I can't wait to hear about it. We have explicitly not talked to each other pretty much at all about this trip.
Yes.
Well, no, that's a spoiler. I was going to say the one thing that you texted me, but we'll come around to that at the end.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard about this at all. So you all get to learn about the Oogie Boogie Bash and their day at Disneyland along with me. So let's dive in, shall we?
Yes. So started out on a Sunday morning. We had woken up at Universal Studios that morning. Caitlin went off to the airport. She was done with the trip back to college. And Sterling and I did a nice little Uber ride, Lyft ride, rideshare ride over to Disneyland. And we were staying at the Pixar Place Hotel because there were no DVC rooms available. But that's okay, because I wanted to stay here and check it out, and it worked out well. One of the interesting things about our ride over, you know, the driver was just making small talk, chatting with us and everything. And he asked where we were from, said Seattle, and he had no idea where Seattle was. He'd never heard of Seattle. He didn't know there was a Washington State. He thought I was talking about Washington, D.C. He's like, oh, I thought that was over on the East Coast. I'm like, no, Washington State, like 2 states north of this. He'd been living in L.A. for 20 plus years and just didn't know. So we had a nice little mini geography lesson. I told him about how far away it was and how far it was by plane and by driving, and that the weather was quite different. And yeah.
Wow. There you go. Mm-hmm. You had a little educational assignment. I love it.
Yeah. He was great to talk to, though. He had another job as a Zumba instructor, and so I learned all about that.
Wow.
Yep. It was a very interesting conversation. It was very nice talking with him, which is good. It was just kind of weird.
So what did you think of the Pixar Place Hotel?
Oh, I loved it. I would love to stay here again. Just the touches are great. All the decor is gorgeous. And this hotel was recently reimagined from the Paradise Pier Hotel. And that was reimagined from something else earlier. But
Yeah, and then originally this building was like a Japanese focused resort, like for Japanese tourists. Like it was originally built with really small rooms. They all had bidets and squatty potties and like stuff like that. It's been through several lives.
yeah, the room we were in wasn't super small. It was actually quite spacious. But the Pixar touches are everywhere. You walk into the lobby and there's the Luxo lamp and the Pixar ball and a gorgeous, gorgeous mobile of stained glass abstract characters from Pixar above it. And it smells nice in there. All the art is really, really pretty. We got there super early in the morning and just dropped all of our stuff off and walked over to the park. But we just had a standard view. So great view of the pool and the parking lot. While we were there, we got to meet Bing Bong.
Oh, wow.
Bing Bong is a character meet and greet there. And he just shows up in the lobby, and this was so cool. I got a little emotional seeing him. He looks like cotton candy and he's really tall and just really fun. Sterling sang the song to him and Bing Bong started dancing, and yeah, it was really quite special. They also have Joe Gardner, the pianist from the movie Soul, on certain days of the week. He doesn't show up until around 3:00 though, and we did not get to see him. So,
got it.
But I love that they have that option in the hotel when you're there.
Well, there's your reason to go back.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the beds were very comfortable. Like, I slept hard, so did Sterling. The room was gorgeous, really nice touches everywhere. In the lobby of the hotel, they have inlaid in the floor little silhouettes of characters.
Okay.
There's 12 different characters throughout the lobby area, and each one of the elevators has another character, so there's 16 total.
Got
and
it.
I got some pictures of some of them, but not all of them. We didn't go looking for all of them just because we had stuff to do and people to see and all that. But this hotel is very nice. The food was good. We had breakfast Monday morning at the Great Maple Cafe. That's not the name of it, but it's close to that. It's the restaurant in the hotel there, and it was delicious.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How easy or convenient was it to get to the parks? Because I know it's a little bit farther away. I mean, obviously it's not like Grand Californian, but they've been talking about a entrance over directly from that into Disney's California Adventure. I remember looking at a map and I was like, well, it's actually, if you squint, not exactly all that much farther than the DVC tower at the Disneyland Hotel in terms of how far it is to get like over to the like the security checkpoint and stuff like that to get into Disney Springs to go around through, or not Disney, downtown Disney. Pardon me. It's a long way from Disney Springs in Florida.
It's a very long way from Disney Springs. I actually think it's quicker to get into California Adventure from Pixar Pier from Pixar Place than it is. The hotel has its own separate entrance to get into Grand California. The hotel has its own separate entrance to get into California Adventure.
Got it.
From, if you are a Pixar Place Hotel person, sorry.
Yeah.
Let me try that again. Pixar Place Hotel.
Yep.
If you're staying at Pixar Place Hotel, there is a separate entrance for those guests into Grand. Oh my gosh. I can't do it. If you're staying at Pixar Place Hotel, you have your own separate entrance into California Adventure, separate from even what the Grand Californian people have.
Got it.
We didn't take this, but I know it takes you into right over by Goofy Sky School. That's where the entrance is.
Okay, got it.
We just went into the regular entrance through the Grand Californian to California Adventure.
Okay, got it.
And you can still go to Disney Springs in the middle there too. So not Disney Springs. You can still go into downtown Disney right there in the middle if you want.
So you did it too. Haha.
I did.
So you got there like at what time?
We got there at about 8:20.
Okay, so really
8:30. So
early in
yeah,
the morning.
really early. Yeah.
Got it.
We did that because Sterling and I were going to go to Disneyland for the morning because I wanted to get some merch from 33. Because they're celebrating Haunted Mansion. And I contacted my contact so I could get lunch reservations there.
You connected with your people.
I did. And I am so glad I did. But that wasn't until 11. We got into the park, I think 9 o'clock or so.
That's not bad.
No.
That's probably about the time we'd get in if we were staying there, overnight.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to try and rope drop if we could
Yeah.
to get there early enough to do stuff. But that just didn't work out.
Yeah.
That's okay. We still got
That's
there
pretty
plenty
standard
early.
for us, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Sterling and I got breakfast at Jolly Holiday Bakery and had an absolutely delicious egg and cheese croissant. Oh, it was so good. I've had this before. It is the most buttery croissant ever, stuffed with scrambled eggs and cheese. It's delicious.
Disneyland food.
It's very
Sigh.
good. Sterling had a couple of rides he wanted to go on to.
Okay.
He wanted to hit Indiana Jones, so we did that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to hit Big Thunder Mountain, so we did that.
Okay.
He was thinking he wanted to do Runaway Railway, but timing didn't quite work out. We also did hit Pirates of the Caribbean, and he was kind of going back and forth on that. This was after lunch, though.
Right.
He's like, I don't know, I don't want to get wet. I'm like, well, let's have lunch first. We're gonna change. So
Yeah.
if we get wet, we'll just go change. He's like, okay. I was like, plus this is the original. It's the longer version. He's like, okay, we'll go on Pirates. So we did that too. One of the things that I did point out to Sterling on this trip that I don't think we've shown him before is Patrick Begora's little house over by Indiana Jones ride.
So who is Patrick Begora?
Patrick Begora is the little man of Disneyland. He is basically a leprechaun that helped Walt Disney build the park.
Huh.
I don't know the full story. I haven't read the book. It's like one of those little golden book books.
Right.
And there's a tree with a little door and window and a house where Patrick Begora lives.
That's cool.
So it's kind of cool to point that out. And he has decorated for Halloween. There's a little jack-o'-lantern in front of his house.
So where is the tree? Where is his house?
It is directly in front of the sign for Indiana Jones, Temple of the Forbidden Eye.
Got
It's
it.
like if you stand in front of the sign, it's off to your right.
Okay.
There's a
Got
tree
it.
right there. So
Cool.
yeah, it was kind of cool seeing that and pointing it out to him, and he was surprised about that. And we did post a picture of this on our Instagram site, so you can see it on there too.
Yeah.
On Indiana Jones, Sterling asked if he could drive because he likes to be in the front and at the wheel. And then afterwards, he's like, "I got you guys through. You want to give me a tip?" Silly like that. And after Indiana Jones, we were by the treehouse, the Swiss Family Robinson, I think is what it is, the treehouse. Yeah. And I asked Sterling, I was like, "Do you want to go up there? I've never been up there," and they just redid it. He's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go over there." And I did get a scooter for myself this day because I had walked so much the prior 2 days and I was just hurting and I was extremely slow.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Let me just help this out a little bit so we're not moving so slow. And I'm like, I can't go up with you, but they had a little accessible area, so I walked around or went around over there. And Sterling went up the tree, looked at all the cool things. He showed me a video he did afterwards. I was like, "Oh, that's really neat. There's some pretty neat stuff in there." And in the area that I was able to go to, there was an animatronic ostrich you could see her her head and neck pop up, and it looked like she was walking around this little enclosure. It was really creepy.
Okay.
Yeah. So next
that
time
is a thing.
next time we're there, we'll have to go take a look so you can say hi to Jane the ostrich. And she goes like back and forth. It's a fairly large pen. There's part of it where she'll go back and forth, and then there's parts where her head will just go up and down and up and down. It's like I said, it's a bit creepy.
Alrighty then.
And Sterling and I had a very nice lunch at Club 33. They had it fully decked out for Haunted Mansion's 55th anniversary.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh. I knew they would have Haunted Mansion merch. I didn't realize they had all this decor for it. And I was in heaven. It was so cool. I loved it so much. They had like a miniature house of the Haunted Mansion in there with the brick pillars and the Haunted Mansion plaque and everything in there. And the decor was just amazing.
That's so cool. So it's in the Court of Angels there in the staircase, and it's kind of tucked in, and you got some great pictures of you and Sterling.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Man, you were just in heaven with the
so
Haunted
cool.
Mansion and just, wow. Wow.
And this was downstairs. Upstairs was a whole other story. They had taken all of the regular paintings down in the Grand Salon and put up Haunted Mansion style paintings.
My gosh.
So the portraits, like the lenticular paintings that are in the mansion,
Yeah.
they had those in there, but as pictures in the non-haunted style, I guess, of it.
Okay.
So those were up, the ship before it was shipwrecked, the lady on the chaise lounge before she turns into a cat, just all of them. Medusa before she's Medusa. They also had busts of the hitchhiking ghosts, not the singing busts, but the hitchhiking ghosts as busts.
These are so cool.
They're really cool.
Wow.
And something happened while we were there that we've never had happen before. Mickey and Minnie were there, and we could take pictures with them.
What?
So,
oh my gosh.
yeah, this was an absolutely amazing experience. There is a grandfather clock there that has an animatronic vulture on top of it. His name is Albert. Mm-hmm. He was dressed up in a costume. He had a little waistcoat, I guess, on and a mask.
Oh my gosh. You have pictures of Mickey and Minnie with the hitchhiking ghost busts.
Yes. I asked if they would do that after we had our pictures with them. I said, could I get you guys to stand on either side, please? And they were nice enough to do that.
Oh my gosh. What an experience.
This was so cool. I spent so much money.
Yeah.
all of the merchandise that they had, and I could have spent more, but I did not. There was a framed picture there. It was $500. I did not get it, even though it's one of my artists that I love. It's framed. They won't ship it. They won't do anything. And I'm like, there is no way I can get that on the plane. So that's not happening.
Yeah. Now, this was Sterling's birthday trip, and
Yes.
he looks like he had an absolutely fantastic time at lunch. Mm-hmm. And he got they gave him a hat, a Club 33.
Did.
That's so cool.
They gave him a present. Like he got the cake, had the little happy birthday medallion on it.
Yeah.
And then they dropped off a bag with tissue paper in it. And he's like, "What's this?" They're like, "Happy birthday." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." I thought it was just going to be like the little card that they give out with, because you've had a birthday trip there, or Caitlin has, or somebody has, maybe both of you have. And there's a little happy birthday card where everybody signs in. It's really nice. But it was a Haunted Mansion Club 33 hat.
Wow.
And it's really cool. Yeah. This was so amazing.
That's so cool. I remember you guys got home on that Monday night, the next day after the day we're talking about, and he goes, "I got a hat from Club 33 for free," and I'm like, "It's
not free, but
it's not free. It's prepaid."
I mean, kind of. Yeah. But I got, like I said, a lot of good merch. I'll do a little video. I'll try and remember to do a little video of the stuff that we got, because yeah.
Wow. This is, I'm so glad you got to experience this. This is right up your alley.
It was so fun. It was so cool. And the people were nice. So nice as usual. Yeah.
I didn't see these carvings.
Oh,
my gosh, there's wood
wooden
carvings.
I don't think these were for sale. I think this was just decor, but
Yeah.
there's wood carvings of each of the stretching portraits, and they are really, really detailed and
These are
just amazing.
stunning. Holy cow. They're, so it's like a relief carving of a panel, long, tall, rectangular panel. But I mean, they're very, very much three-dimensional texture of the characters and stuff that are depicted. Oh, these are gorgeous. Wow. Maybe I should have gone.
We had a good time.
Good.
But the reason we were over there was to do Oogie Boogie Bash in California Adventure.
Yeah.
So Sterling had a costume. It was kind of like a hip hop Peter Pan thing. He had green cargo pants, a fancy vest thing, and then like a newsboy cap. He called himself DJ Pan. I did not dress up, but that's okay.
It's okay.
So Oogie Boogie Bash is a separately ticketed event, and I think they're like fully sold out for all dates. Probably mid-September is when they sold out.
Yeah, it sells out pretty quick.
Yeah. And one of the nice things about this is the event starts at 6:00, but you can get into California Adventure as early as 3:00 with your Oogie Boogie Bash ticket. And we did that as soon as we could. I think we got over there. Well, no, we got over there a little later because our hotel room wasn't ready until 4:00.
And
So-
you needed to change. He needed to change. And
Yeah, needed to change. So we got over the hotel at 4. We changed, got the room changed, and then went right over. But nothing actually started until 6:00. So you could go in, you can ride rides. I think we rode Web Slingers. Was literally the only ride that we rode that night. That's okay. 'Cause
That's
we
okay.
had
All right.
so much fun. When it was about time to start, I think it was around 5:30, I said, let's go to the back of the park. Let's start from the back and go to the front.
Yeah.
Because I figured maybe that would be less crowded. I don't know.
Yeah.
I noticed that there was a Magic Key treat trail over by the Silly Symphony swings.
Okay.
So we went over that way and showed them my pass and showed them your pass. And we both got in because there are 2 passes. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we got our first bunch of treats from there. And there's a nice little photo op of I'm holding up, they look like Hades thumbs up thing, flames.
Okay.
And they gave us a little patch that says, or it's a patch of Hades, and it just says Magic Key Disneyland.
Oh,
Kind of cool.
cool.
Yeah. And then we went and stood in line to go see Sid
Oh,
before everything opened up. Sid
Toy
from
Story.
Toy Story. Yep. So while we were in line, I think it was like 10 minutes before it opened up, like
Right.
5:50 or so. So we weren't there very long. And then all of a sudden, Oogie Boogie comes over the PA system. There's nowhere to hide and nowhere to run. Oogie Boogie Bash has officially begun. And then the line started moving. And what is so cool about these character experiences is these are face characters that you can talk to. And the line goes so fast, but you can kind of hang back a little bit if you want to interact with the characters at all.
yeah.
And Sid was roasting everybody. It was so much fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And they give out a lot of candy too.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
this is different than what you see in Mickey's Not So Scary in Florida, and that all of the places where you get candy are their treat trails, and they all have characters, right?
Not all of them. There
Okay.
are interactive treat trails, and then there are just treat trails.
Got it.
I think there's like maybe 3 that don't have, or 3 or 4 that don't have any character associated with them. Like there's one over by Radiator Springs. There was one over by World of Color, and 1 or 2 more, I think. And all the others have a character associated with them. And they're really good at moving people through. So this line, I think for Sid, there was probably 4 or 5 different places where you get candy on that trail.
Oh my gosh.
There's so much
So
stuff.
there are 12 treat trails. I'm looking at the Oogie Boogie Bash map that you brought. There's one on Buena Vista Street. There's the Dr. Doofenshmirtz treat trail over at the Disney Theater in Hollywoodland. There's the Oogie Boogie treat trail at the Animation Academy in Hollywoodland. Hades treat trail is on the Hollywood Backlot stage. Ernesto de la Cruz treat trail over by the Hyperion Theater. Agatha Harkness treat trail at the Ancient Sanctum that isn't really used for much anything anymore, other than this, I guess. The Madame Mim treat trail, which is at the Bountiful Valley Hideaway on the Performance Quarter there. There is the Radiator Springs Racers treat trail, which is what you mentioned. There's a Yokai treat trail over in San Francisco, the Sid treat trail near Bing Bong's Sweet Stuff, the World of Color treat trail, and the Judge Doom treat trail over by Soren.
We got to do all of the characters.
Wow.
And we didn't have enough time. Because we got to do all the treat trails, but we didn't get to see really any of the character photo ops, if that makes sense. Because there are a lot of them. I don't know. We just didn't have enough time. And one of the reasons we didn't have enough time, I'll get into later. But we did get through all of the treat trails. We interacted with all the characters with the exception of one. Ernesto de la Cruz was not there that night.
Bummer.
He had vocal fatigue. And I was really bummed because he was one of the ones I really wanted to see.
Oh, no. You'll have to go back and do it again.
I guess so. Yeah. The cast member said he had vocal fatigue, so he was out for the evening.
Poor guy.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But all the other interactions were amazing. Agatha Harkness was really cool. Sterling sang the song to her. And she did a couple of the words, but was having everybody else chime in with it.
Yeah.
She was really great. Judge Doom was creepy. Judge Doom is from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And we were asking him, because he had one of the cartoon shoes in a cage. If you've seen the movie,
The dip.
he puts the shoe in the dip, and there's untimely demise for the shoe there.
Evidently, last year he was actively hand dipping the shoe.
Yes, I remember seeing that. I'm like, that is quite traumatic. They did not do that this year.
They were not doing that this year.
The shoe is in a cage, and he is not touching the shoe at all. He's just in a cage over the dip. Yeah.
Mommy, why is he killing that creature? Well,
Hades was okay. I wanted to go back again. We just didn't have a good run through. But Sterling was tired at the end of the night and didn't want to do it. So
bummer.
hopefully he will be there another year when we are there. Because one of the cool things about Hades is, he's blue. The whole character is literally the color blue. His flaming hair is blue.
Yeah.
But he will get passionate, he says. And his hair will turn orange. Which I think is really cool. But we didn't get to see that. Dr. Doofenshmirtz was pretty fun. Madame Mim was great. Madame Mim is from The Sword and the Stone. And we told her that she looked absolutely horrid that evening. And she struck up a really good conversation with us. I mean, she was talking with us for a couple of minutes.
Oh, wow.
And was talking to Sterling about his teeth. Because she only has one tooth. And Sterling asked if that was her sweet tooth, and I can't remember. I think she said yes, but
Man,
great.
He's got all the
interaction
dad
with her.
jokes really early.
Yes. Oogie Boogie was neat. We had to go in there because it was his party.
Yeah, of course.
And it wasn't an interactive character, but he was in there. You could see him. You just couldn't have a conversation with him.
Right.
Say. Yeah. Yokai is from Big Hero 6. He's the villain of that
bad
one.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's all the big ones. Yeah.
Got it.
And there are a lot of just characters out and about throughout the evening. There were long lines for all of them though, so we didn't really go to see them. Like Mickey and Donald from the Kingdom Hearts video game are there, and I was It was so cool. We walked by them and I was like, oh my gosh, but the lines were too long. The Sanderson sisters were there. And when I say the Sanderson sisters, I mean Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle dressed up as the Sanderson sisters.
Very cool.
From Hocus Pocus. Just a lot of other ones out there too.
There's some stunning pictures through like all of this stuff. So there's like the nature trail over there or whatever they call it.
Oh my gosh. Villains Grove was astounding. So beautiful. We did Villains Grove during the first parade. I would highly recommend if anybody is going to Oogie Boogie Bash during the first parade, you go do Villains Grove.
Oh, because nobody's there because they all want to go to the parade.
Afterwards, I mean, we went around that area, I think, I don't remember when it was, a little bit later, and the line was so long to get in there. Huh. Like it was way far back. It was, I think, back towards Soren.
Wow.
It was a long line. So I told Sterling, I was like, it's a good thing we went in there when we did. And he's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was a long line. That area is gorgeous. It's just lights and projection and music, and that's it.
And some fog machines.
But it was a very ethereal experience going in there.
I know you do great with our reels that get posted. I can't wait to see what you put together with this, because there's just the visual design and the lighting design is just stunning on what I'm seeing here in our photo album. Okay, you have to explain this to me. There is a series of pictures with a plastic fork.
There's a fork in the road.
Got it. So what really completes this is there's like a dozen little mini traffic cones like all around it, and it's in this spotlight. It's just like wow.
There was a cast member there, and they were directing people around like traffic, directing people around it. And I'm like, I haven't seen one of these in the wild before. There's a fork in the road. And he's like, you get it. You get it. So I had a nice little conversation with the cast member about it. I was like, this is pretty cool. I love that you did this. He's like, I saw another cast member did this. And I'm like, I have to do this. And so I got some little mini cones and stuck the fork in the road and just went for it.
It's so good. It was perfect.
Yep.
So it looks like you got some cookies. What's going on with that?
Oh, during this separately ticketed event, I decided I needed to spend more money. And I got tickets for the dessert party.
Got it. So the separately ticketed event within the separately ticketed event.
Yes.
On top of our annual passes. Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The reason I did this was because it is a seated section where you can watch the parade and get dessert and a drink if you want.
So I'm imagining this is mostly about like our World of Color dessert party experience, where you're really just kind of getting a place to sit for the show. In this case, it's a parade, and the food's pretty meh and not really all that impressive, right?
The desserts were very good.
And they look amazing.
They're really good. And the seats are all along that corridor. So where the Little Mermaid is, from there all the way down by Sonoma Terrace.
Oh, wow.
The seats go all the way along there, and they are right on the walkway.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was great. We had amazing seats for the parade. A lot of the characters in the parade actually interacted with Sterling during it.
Oh, that's cool.
He was so thrilled. I mean, just the look on his face. He got so excited during so many portions of the parade. I am ecstatic that we did this. I would do this again. It does take time out of the party, but this was worth it to me, especially with how Sterling was involved in all of this.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And I did record the entire parade. It's probably not a great recording because I don't look at my phone when I record. I look at what's going on. So occasionally, like, I'd look down at my phone. I'm like, oh, I'm not looking at the parade at all. Whoops. So. But
You got the
the seats-
headless horseman went by.
Oh yes, this was really cool. They have they start the whole parade off with a little skit of and a tale of Ichabod Crane and the headless horseman. So you have Ichabod Crane and two people with him walking down, and the headless horseman is after. And yeah, it was amazing. This parade was very good. It's not as good as the Boo to You parade, but it is very good. And I like all the villains that they have in it.
Yeah. You have the mayor of Halloween Town.
Yeah, Jack and Sally. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jack and Sally. Oogie Boogie's there. The ballroom dancers I'm seeing from Haunted Mansion.
Oh, and this one, I don't know if Boo to You has it because it's been a couple years since I've seen it, but they had the hitchhiking ghosts.
Oh, cool.
From Haunted Mansion. They're doing like the actual ghosts. People like the
Yes.
figure out how to say
People
this.
who are friends with the ghosts.
Yes, people who are friends with the ghost, and they do dance moves, and they do the hitchhiking thumb thing, and it was really fun. And Dr. Facilier was there too. Yes, this was
That's
amazing.
awesome. That's so cool. Looks like you got to meet Hans of the Southern Isles.
Yeah, I did. We did. He was very interested in finding out if we were titled and had land.
Did you tell him that you were the Duchess von Bovinghausen?
I didn't get a chance to because he was having a conversation with Sterling, but I did say that, yes, we have a manor. We are titled. Yeah.
So I can't remember if we've actually said this on the podcast or not, but technically Alicea is a Southwest German Duchess. There is
Von
a castle.
Bovinghausen.
Yes, von Bovinghausen. There is a castle. It is in ruins. But the title was passed down through the eldest daughter in this family. And yeah, so Alicea?
I'm a von Bovinghausen Duchess, and
You're a
Caitlin
Duchess?
is one as well.
That's right. Yeah. Redheads from Germany who are Duchess. Sure.
Black Forest area, I think.
That all makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So the text I got, we've kind of gone through it. It feels like a bunch of what was at Oogie Boogie. It sounds absolutely amazing. Obviously, we don't want to spoil it for everybody, but you sent me a text, and this is what I didn't want to spoil before. You said Oogie Boogie is better than Mickey's Not So Scary.
I thought so.
Yeah?
I feel there's more to do.
Okay.
There's more interaction. The chances of it getting rained out are a lot less.
Yeah. Yeah.
The temperature is a lot more temperate. Although it did get a little chilly. So, of course, I got merch because merch.
I did see a picture of you in what looks to be a brand new Spirit jersey. So
What? Yes, you did.
Shocker.
I got a Spirit jersey, and they had a Magic Key long sleeve shirt. That came home too.
So you were extra cold.
Yes. So Sterling was wearing that for the dessert party, and I was wearing the jersey because it was colder out. We needed to warm up a little.
Disney has big weather in their pocket so they can sell more merch. In the middle of a heat wave, it got chilly.
They had pins too. I only got 2.
1,000.
No, there's only 2. I only got 2.
Doesn't. Well, awesome. This looks like an absolutely fun trip.
I loved it so much. It was so much fun. It was tiring, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This party is great. Like I said, there's not enough time. I wanted to meet all the characters, but I couldn't. I understand why. We've heard from other people that you really can't do all of it in one night.
Yeah.
Do one thing one night, and if you can go again, do that other thing that night. Next night.
Got it.
But I am happy with what we did. We got to do all the treat trails. We got to talk to a couple of characters, and all in all, it was amazing and fun.
You got a metric crap load of candy?
Oh my gosh, we got so much candy. After a point, I'm like, I'm not going to get any more. We still had, I think the last 3 treat trails, I didn't get any candy. Sterling did. I did not, but yeah.
So this is on October 7th that you guys flew home.
Yeah.
And, you're unpacking after you got home that night, and Sterling goes well, I'm going to take all this candy and put it in a bowl by the door. And I'm like, dude, Halloween's in 3 weeks. we don't need the candy bowl ready to go quite yet.
It wouldn't all fit in our big candy basket either. There's
Of course.
Yeah, there's a couple different bags next to our big candy basket. And it's not a small candy basket either. It's a big one. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Sounds like the new reimagined Pixar Place Hotel is a win. Oogie Boogie is a win. Club 33 during a Haunted Mansion featurette is
my gosh.
to die for.
So awesome.
See what I did there?
But I'm chink.
Well, maybe I can go next year.
I
see.
invited you.
You did. You did.
I
You did.
did.
My work very, 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 very much got in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So-
I know you were very busy working the entire time. So
I was.
Maybe next year.
We were recording on Wednesday evening, and I actually haven't seen you since you unpacked your bags on Monday
Yeah.
night because I've been.
in passing.
Yeah.
Hi. Bye.
Hi. Bye. Oh well. There's a season for everything. I'm not going to complain. This helps fulfill our hopes and dreams of being full-time Disney files.
And on my Club 33 merch.
Yes. I'll have to work some overtime for that. Well, we are not affiliated with Disney or their subsidiaries. These are personal opinions and suggestions based on Alicea and Sterling's own experiences. We recommend working with a travel agent or contacting Disney directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have any questions or suggestions or would like to be interviewed on our show to share your Disney experience, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
Go ahead and follow us on social media at Our Mousecapades. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, YouTube, and even Twitter.
Please give us a rating and review in your podcast app. It really helps point people our way.
And of course, don't hesitate to share us with your friends and fellow Disney lovers of all ages.
Thank you for listening. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.
Beep, beep, beep,
Metronome.
beep, beep, yeah, 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 beep, beep,
Metronome.
beep, beep, yeah.